Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, Hare Krishna, Damodar Danchidari Prabhu, so good to see you over here. And also Suyash Prabhu there on our Zoom call. And I also see that we have Dilip Bhai Patel Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhu. And Devanam Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances as well. So Suyash Prabhu, are you ready to show us the Vigyapti Panchika prayers, or how are we doing there? Suyash Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Hare Krishna Satapa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Mataji, I was just watching your, listening your yesterday classes recordings. It was so nice, means that connection between that aggressors and our life. I'm sorry I missed it yesterday. And we never thought about like this way, never.
Yeah, it's all about introspection.
Yes.
Yeah, good. So we have also got Vidyavadhu Mataji and Neha Mataji on the Facebook. So we will get started. Remember, today is Friday and we have a short class, right? So I just wanted to get going real quickly. So we'll start with the Vikyapti Panchika prayers and first pranams to the Guru. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Matsamo nasti papatma naparadhi cha kaschana parihare pilajame kim bruve purushottama yuvatinam yatha yuni yunam cha yuvato yatha manobhi ramate tadvan mano me ramatam tvai Bhumau स्खलितपादानां भूमिरेवावलम्बनं त्वयि जातापराधानां त्वमेवा शरणं प्रभु गोविन्द वल्लभे राधे प्रार्थये त्वामहं सदा त्वदीयम् इति जानातु गोविन्दो मां त्वया सह राधे वृन्दावनाधीशे करुणामृतवाहिनी कृपया निज पादाब्जा दास्यं माह्यं प्रदीयताम्. Okay, so now we go over to the translations, and if Suyash Prabhu, you can give us the revised reading order for today. So we can keep going.
Suttaka Mataji, Varshana Mataji, then Suyash, and Shraddha Mataji.
All righty. Okay, so let's go for the first translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Varshana.
O Purushottama, no sinner or offender is as bad as I am. How can I describe my shame? Just as the minds of young ladies take pleasure in a young man, and the minds of young men take pleasure in a young woman, kindly let me mind take pleasure in you alone.
Just as the ground is the only support for those whose feet slipped, you alone are the only shelter for those who have offended you. Hare Krishna.
O Srimati Radharani, beloved of Lord Govinda, this is my request. May you and Lord Govinda consider me one of your assistants.
O Srimati Radharani, O Queen of Vrindavan, you are a river flowing with the nectar of mercy. Please be kind to me and give me a little service at your lotus feet. Jai. So we have, we have done the translations, and if you can bring that up back again one more time, real quickly, Suyash Prabhu, sorry about that. The prayer, the Vigyapti Panchika prayer. I wanted to just share a comment that I received from Vidyavadu Devi Dasi on Facebook. And of course, there's our Achyuta Radhe Mataji is also there. Please accept my respects, Mataji. So the point here is that if you look at the third line of this verse, and thank you so much, Vidyavadu, for sharing that. It says that in the third line, you notice something so peculiar there that almost all the verses start with the letter Y.
Yes, Mataji.
Yuta, Yuni, Yunam, Cha, Yuta, Yata, right?
Yavata,
These are styles of Sanskrit poetry, you know. There are various ways of writing, and this is one of them. Okay, good. And then now you can hide this because we're doing the reflections now on this verse, on these prayers now. And while we're doing the reflections, Suyash Prabhu, you might want to do the revised reading order because we have Ishwari Radha Mataji as well. And Sonia, will you be able to read today? Suruchi, you're on mute. Anyway, I think that says it, that you won't be able to read. Okay.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat, sorry, I can't read today.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, good.
Thank you for letting me listen.
Oh, yeah, well, you have 2 years. We are designed to listen.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So any reflections, any words that struck your mind, anything about the
yes,
prayer?
Mataji. Govinda mam tam shada.
Govinda mam tvam sada. Good. So now you're going to the Sanskrit. That's very good. Those words are, etched in your psyche. Good. Anything else?
O Purushottama, no sinner or offender is as bad as I am.
As I am.
I can't express my shame.
All right. Is it after, we talked about the 6 aggressors yesterday?
Yes, Mataji. Mataji, there was so much of difference yesterday when you told about chanting the Gayatri and what should be your mood. Mataji, it has, I mean, sudden change, and it was wonderful. Wonderful, Mataji. Thank you so much for being there.
You are welcome. You are welcome, Shraddha-devi Dasi. And also like to welcome Vinu Koli Mataji, Sophie Mataji. Awesome to have you here. Yeah, thank you so much for joining the call. And today is Friday, so we have a short call. Remember that. Yeah, okay. So should we then go to the Bhagavad Gita? And I will start sharing the screen with all of you. And can somebody tell me what are we going to do today in Bhagavad Gita?
137, Mataji.
137. And before 137, would you like to do something?
Yes, read the first chapter of the
All
Bhagavad
right.
Gita.
Okay, so we'll do 137. And then as a bonus, Vaishana Mataji will do 38 also. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yes, yes. They are together.
Okay, so who goes next? Suyash Prabhu, and if you can kindly read the order for us.
Yeah.
I think Varshana Mataji.
Reading order is Sutapa Mataji, Varshana Mataji, Ishwari Radha Mataji, Suyash, Manasi, Khyati Mataji, Niral Prabhu, Shraddha Mataji.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Anyone?
Let's get
Observing the army on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Text 1. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? Sanjay said, O king, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana went to his teacher and spoke the following words. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danat Pranam, all Vishya Prabhupada. O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. Here in this army are many heroic bowmen, equal in fighting to Bhima and Arjuna, great fighters like Yudhana, Virata, and Drupada.
Hello?
Who's next?
There are also great heroic, powerful fighters like Drishtaketu, Chekitana, Kashi Raja, Purujit, Kunti Bhoja, and Saipya. There are the mighty Yudhamanyu, the powerful Uttamauja, the son of Subhadra, and the sons of Draupadi. All these warriors are great chariot fighters.
But for your information, O best of the Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are especially qualified to lead my military force. There are personalities like you, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwathama, Vikarna, and son of Somadatta called Bhurishrava, who are always victorious in battle.
There are many other heroes who are prepared to lay down their lives. Lives for my sake. All of them equipped with different kinds of weapons and are all experienced in military. Wait 1 second, Mataji. I think it's
Stuck there.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Our strength is immeasurable and we are perfectly protected by the grandfather Bhishma, whereas the strength of Pandavas, carefully protected by Bhima, is limited. Well, Kathy is not here yet. Maybe you can just start.
Okay. All of you must now give full support to Grandfather Bhishma as you stand at your respective strategic points of entrance into the phalanx of the army. Then Bhishma, the great valiant grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, the father of the fighters, blew his conch shell very loudly, making a sound like the roar of a lion, giving Duryodhana joy. After that, the conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns were all suddenly sounded, and the combined sound was tumultuous.
Mataji, that was grandfather.
Grandfather?
Yeah.
Thank you.
On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses, sounded their transcendental conch shells. Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya. Arjun blew his, the Devadatta, and Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean tusk, blew his terrific conch shell called Pondra.
Text 16 to 18. King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell, the Ananta Vijaya, and Nukula and Sahadev blew the Sughosh and Mani Pushpaka. That great archer, the king of Kashi, the great fighter Shikandi, Drashtadyumna, Virata, the unconquerable Satyaki, Drupad, the sons of Draupadi and others, O king, such as mighty armed son of Subhadra, all blew their respective conch shells. The blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. Hare Krishna.
At that time, Arjuna, the son of Pandu, seated in the chariot bearing the flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows. O king, after looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra drawn in military array, Arjuna then spoke to Lord Krishna these words. Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms.
Let me see those who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of both parties.
In the presence of Bhishma, Drona, and all other chieftains of the world, Lord said, Just behold Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. There Arjuna could see, within the midst of the armies of both parties, his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also his fathers-in-law and well-wishers.
When the son of Kunti, Arjuna saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus. Arjuna said, My dear Krishna, seeing my friends and relatives present before me in such a fighting spirit, I feel the limbs of my body quivering and my mouth drying up.
My whole body is trembling, my hair is standing on end, my bow Gandiva is slipping from my hand, and my skin is burning. I am now unable to stand here any longer. I am forgetting myself, and my mind is reeling. I see only causes of misfortune, O Krishna, killer of Kesi demon.
I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. O Govinda, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire them are now arrayed on this battlefield? O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, I am not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure will be derived from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra?
Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, husband of the goddess of fortune? And how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends. Why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin?
Text 39. With the destruction of that dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family becomes involved in irreligion. When irreligion is prominent in the family, O Krishna, the women of the family become polluted, and from the degradation of womanhood, O descendant of Rashni, comes unwanted progeny. Hare Krishna.
An increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life, both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down because the performances for offering them food and water are entirely stopped by the evil deeds of those who destroy the family tradition and thus give rise to unwanted children. All kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated.
O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by I have heard by disciplic succession that those whose family traditions are destroyed dwell always in hell. Alas, how strange it is that we are preparing to commit greatly sinful acts. Driven by the desire to enjoy royal happiness, we are intent on killing our own kinsmen.
Better for me if the sons of Dhritarashtra, weapons in hand, were to kill me unarmed and unresisting on the battlefield. Sanjay said, Arjuna, having thus spoke on the battlefield, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the chariot, his mind overwhelmed with grief.
Hari Bol.
Hari
Hare
So we
Krishna.
finished one chapter of Bhagavad Gita today as that combined. Okay. So any words that came to your mind?
O Janardana.
Say that again, please.
Oh,
O Janardana.
Oh, Janardana. Okay, good. You picked it up from today's verse. Okay. What else?
Irreligion, Mataji.
Irreligion. Okay.
It's better for me if he would just kill me with unresisted.
Unresisting. Okay.
From degradation of womanhood,
Mm,
the something.
family traditions. Okay. When family tradition is destroyed, come unwanted from degradation of womanhood come unwanted progeny.
Wanted progeny.
All right.
Okay, good. So let's go to 37 and 38 and whose turn is it to read? And before we go that, I see on Facebook, give me a little service at your lotus feet. Okay, I think this is a little late reflection coming from the Vigyapti Panchaka. So thank you so much, Vidyavadhu, for sharing that. Okay, who goes?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, go. You wanted the, okay, here.
Yes. Mataji, I'll read just one.
Okay, you lead one. Okay, good.
यद्यप्यते न पश्यन्ति लोभोपहत चेतसः कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पातकम्.
Patakam, very good. Who's going to do the next?
Kathan na ne. Mataji, how do you
It's gyan, Chatrik gyan, gyam.
Katham na gyan
Gyam.
gyayasam asmabhi papad tasmati vitri vritti tuma.
Yeah, just look at the English. It'll help you. Prabhupada has done a fantastic job of, giving us the breakdown. So if you have trouble there, then you can always come down here, look at the Sandhi Vichhed, and then go back and decide accordingly.
Papat asman nivrittitam.
Yeah, nivartitam.
Yeah. Nivartitam kula kshaya kritam dosham prapasharya shadhabhir janardana.
Janardana, right? Yadepete na pashyanti lobo pahata chetasaha kulakshay kritam dosham mitradrohe chapatakam katham nyageyam asmabhihi papadasman nivartitum kulakshay kritam dosham papashyabdir janardana. Okay, who's going to give us the synonyms now?
Your turn.
I did the verse. So next
Okay.
time.
Yadi, if, api, even, ete, they, na, do not, pashyanti, see, lova, by greed, upahata, overpowered, chitashaha, their hearts, kulashaya, in killing the family, kritam, done, dosham, fault, mitradohe, in quarreling with friends, cha, also, patakam, sinful reactions, katham, why, na, should not, gyam, be known, ashambhavi,
Asma.
by us. Oh, sorry, Mataji. Ashmavi, by us. Papat, from sins. Asmat, these. Nivartriyatam, to cheese, she's. Kulashaya, in the destruction of a dynasty. Kritam, done. Dosham, crime. Prapashaya, be. By those who can see. Janardana, O Krishna.
Translation, please.
O Janardana, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin?
Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. A Kshatriya is not supposed to refuse to battle or gamble when he is so invited by some rival party. Under such an obligation, Arjuna could not refuse to fight because he had been challenged by the party of Duryodhana. In this connection, Arjuna considered that the only other party might be blind to the effects of such a challenge. Arjuna, however, could see the evil consequences and could not accept the challenge. Obligation is actually binding when the effect is good, but when the effect is otherwise, then no one can be bound. Considering all these pros and cons, Arjuna decided not to fight.
What do you say?
Arjuna considered that the other party is blind if they cannot see, but then why should we commit that sin of killing them?
Seeing came here again.
Mataji, sorry, Prabhu, go ahead.
Seeing came here again.
Thank you so much. Yes, the seeing thing has come again. Yeah, we have been following the seeing, right? Okay. Yeah, and then talking about seeing, I'm looking at some late reflections coming from the chapter, and Neha says that see only causes of misfortune, right? So he's been saying that all along and seeing that all along also. And Achyuta Radhe says that shattered the heart of sons of Dhritarashtra. Yeah. So, well, that's what's going to happen if you're blind. What else?
Mataji, this line that obligation is actually binding when the effect is good. But if it is not good, then we should not be obliged.
Yes, we talk about good cause and great
better cause, great cause.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, here Prabhupada says that Kshatriya should not refuse the fight and gambling, right? And those are the two things that leads to like many unwanted situations in the life. But you cannot refuse. I mean, Kshatriya cannot refuse the invitation. So that was a little confusing for me, like especially for gambling. Right?
Yeah.
I guess that's what the lead that caused them to go into.
Say that again. I couldn't hear what you said. I heard what Kathy was trying to say, although there were some breaks there. I think your question was.
I was just thinking, yeah. Never mind. I think I was just thinking that gambling is what led to here, even though actually it was Krishna's entire plan. But
yeah. So we also have to remember that those are the rules for a particular varna, and then Kshatriyas, right? And none of us are Kshatriyas. And then also, yugas and things like that. So they will do that. They are kings. Nowadays, there's no monarchy, so to speak, right? Yeah. We are devotees. We go by what, and according to the time, place, and circumstances, the rules change. So Prabhupada has given us the rules, 4 regulative principles. So we don't do that, because everything goes down in Kali Yuga. So the dharma, what are the 4 legs of dharma? For the dharma, the bull stands on 4 legs, right? What do the 4 legs represent?
Truth.
Huh? Truthfulness. Okay. Cleanliness. Yes.
Okay. Devotional service.
Is that what they use? Is that the word they use? Devotional service or something else?
Or bhakti.
They use austerity actually.
Religion.
Yeah, they use austerity, which is a part of devotional service. You know, it comes as part of devotional service. The devotional service as such is not depicted as the four legs of religion. Okay, so there is austerity, you said cleanliness, you said truthfulness, and what's one more?
Generous.
It's got to do with meat eating, not meat eating.
Ahimsa.
Ahimsa.
Yeah, but what's the word that is
There's
used?
another word, yes.
It is mercy.
Mercy.
Mercy to
Daya.
others. So the legs keep on falling down, right? So, so in what leg remains in Kali Yuga?
Truthfulness.
Truthfulness.
Right? Yeah. Right. So then other in the previous yugas, all of them are there, right? So, and you can see that because the other legs are broken, you can see because mercy leg is broken, so you can see rampant meat eating like that, right? Cleanliness has gone, so you can see illicit things happening like that. So I wanted to just point out about mercy. So who is the one who's distributing mercy free, left, right, and center from his dialogues?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Krishna.
Yeah, but in the verses that we are reading now,
Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna is not even speaking.
Arjuna.
Arjuna is, yeah, Arjuna is one who is distributing all the mercy. He's saying that I don't want to kill them. Let's not kill them. Let's not do this. Let's not do that. They are swajanam. They are this. They are that. Like it. Yeah. Mercy is not killing, right? So he's saying I don't want to kill over there, but it is his duty. It is his duty to kill. Kill when the things are bad, right? So although he's doing, apparently from the look at it, he's doing some mercy, right? He's doing some mercy, but if you look at it a little bit more closely, then there is a little, do you see there's a little bit of a selfish streak in there?
Yeah, he's saying mine. Like
Yes.
my family.
Yes, and you can also look at the previous verses. Yeah.
He says, how will I enjoy?
How will I enjoy, right? And so that is that thing that because I don't want to enjoy, that is why I'm not going to kill. It is not also pure mercy. So sometimes, when we always have to go back and see the motive, right? So, and then you had pointed out, I think Suyash Prabhu, you had pointed out that the concept of seeing has come back. Suyash or Neeral, one of you said that, right? So I didn't register that. So he is not seeing. So when you're not seeing something, then like Arjuna. Now, when we say that people are blind, right? We are saying Dhritarashtra is blind. We have been saying that from the beginning, not only physically blind, but also spiritually blind. And so when it comes to seeing, all of us are sometimes blind. And what are we blind to or blind for? It is like we are blind to our own faults. We don't see our own faults. So when we are reading these verses and we come across things like he's blind, she's blind, we again do some introspection like we did yesterday when we were talking about the aggressors, and we did some aggression, and we did some introspection and found that we could also be guilty of all the 6 types of aggression. So similarly here, if Dhritarashtra is blind, we should also examine and introspect to see whether we are also blind, whether we are blind to our own faults, right? And sometimes, people just don't see any faults at all. And for example, when Draupadi's Chirharan was being done, the Kauravas did not see any fault in doing that, right? Because somebody said, well, she insulted me, so I'm going to insult her now. There was only one person, Vikarna, among all the Kauravas who did not, agree to that Chirharan like that. We don't see our own faults. We don't see the faults in the actions that we are doing. Then we extend it to our mind and we don't see the faults in our children, right? And our child can go and beat up anybody, and then the parent comes to complain and we're like, no, I don't think my child can do something like that. My child is an angel, although he might be a devil, right? So it is like that. So it just we have to keep on remembering that yes, Arjuna is doing some faulty seeing, but we also do that kind of faulty seeing ourselves as well. Then there was one more aspect one more trait of human beings that is being mentioned in this particular verse. And I think I should bring up that verse here so that we can all look at it and you can guess what is it. That not guess, I mean, just look at it and tell me which one do you think we should look at.
Greed.
Greed. Thank you so much. Yeah. So greed is there, right? And because of greed, right? Greed can make you do anything, right? So should we have greed? Greed is one of the 6 enemies of the mind. Lobha.
Greedy for hearing and chanting.
Yes, greedy for hearing and chanting. That's the kind of greed that is allowed, right? So all these negative things that we have in our psyche, we should be able to, utilize them in the service of the Lord. Otherwise, if there is greed, and you see that there is when this greed exceeds beyond a certain limit, and we see that happening even in our lives today. That and we see that in Srimad Bhagavatam also. And that is that when we have too much of greed, and Prabhupada says that in Bhagavatam purports also, and he says that when people start, like for example, we mine, right? We mine Mother Earth to get things out of her, and so there is iron, there is gold, there's silver, all buried inside, and so people start digging deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And the funny thing is that Earth will like to give as much as you deserve, but people sometimes want to mess up with that, and then they will try to dig deeper and deeper. So in the other ages like Kali Yuga, etc., it is easy to mine the things because Mother Earth does it that way, that she will push the things towards the top, so that with little efforts you can get that, right? But in Kali Yuga, she tries to hide things because people are already doing so much of atrocities, and all the sinful people are walking all over her. So she doesn't like it. So she goes, right, every now and then she goes to Brahma and says that this is too much, and then Brahma will go to Vishnu, and Vishnu will come, and Vishnu can come in various forms, or he might just delegate some demigod to do something and take care of it, depending on how faulty we have become, whether we really need the big guy to come here or not. So in a very interesting pastime of Prithu Maharaj, we see that in his kingdom, Mother Earth, if you would sow a seed onto Mother Earth, which is like we're giving a seed to Mother Earth gives it back in the form of a plant, right, from which you will get more seeds, that like grains, etc., that or fruits, etc., that you can then relish. And if you're not doing it, then she hides them. So that's what she was doing. She had hidden everything over there, and Prithu Maharaj was having a trouble, what happens to my citizens and things like that. So it's a very interesting thing. But I just wanted to mention that when there is too much of greed that happens, then Mother Earth will start doing things. So the situation that we are going through, the coronavirus situation, it's not just like that. It's not like that. If you give a lot of trouble to Mother Earth, and do incessant killing and things like that. I mean, look at that now. There's so many videos that are floating. The animals are having a good time, right? They're walking on the streets. They're walking here and there, and so the only greed that you should have, it should be agreed to watch. And among those who are watching us today, we have Sasi Shekhar, Jani Prabhu, and Victoria Mataji, who is also there. Thank you so much for joining, Sasi Shekhar Prabhu. I hope you will one day jump from Facebook to into the Zoom call and grace us with your darshan as well. And so is Divyangi Devi Dasi, and she's talking about mercy. Okay, mercy as one of the legs of the dharma. Yeah, so that's very good. So we have 1 minute left before before we have to leave today because of my meetings. So any last thought that comes to your mind? Any last reflection? If you have questions, then please post questions offline and I'll answer them.
I think greed for doing introspection, right? That is the biggest.
Yes, that's the beginning. That's the first step. Yeah. Every now and then introspect. So whenever you go and do anything, you should always just make sure that is it the right thing am I doing? Is it beneficial to everybody? Right? Is it cause grief to everybody? If I'm going to open my mouth and say something, if I'm going to raise my hand and do something, all the time, that check should always be there. Yeah, good point. Constant introspection. That way you'll be able to catch That way you'll be able to catch. And in the beginning, you see that they are talking about the phalanx and they are talking about, army formation and things like that. So similarly, we should also be forming our own army against Maya by these kind of acts and these kinds of, habits that we form. Yeah, very good point, Kyati Mataji.
Manji, I didn't understand. Maybe you can explain it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Obligation is actually binding when the effect is good, but when the effect is otherwise, then no one can be bound.
Yeah. So quick answer, and then we will talk about it in the next class. If just to bring that up, is that, and by the way, the next class is not tomorrow because tomorrow we have the Japa circle, right? It starts at 7, so it becomes very difficult to have such a short class. So we'll meet again on Sunday morning, and so quick thing is that obligation. So what is Arjuna's obligation? Arjuna is feeling obligated to his guru, who has taught him all this Dhanur Vidya, that he should behave properly with his guru. That is obligation, right? So then that obligation is binding, that he will not kill his guru. Okay? So then Prabhupada is saying that if the results of doing whatever is your obligation is a good result, then it is binding, then you should do it, right? But if the result is not good, then you are not bound by that. Like that.
But we don't know the results. I mean, we can talk tomorrow.
Yes, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji. Sunday.
Day after. Tomorrow means Sunday. Yeah, tomorrow means next class.
We have a activist here.
Sorry, yeah. We kind of still feel a little bit, we have still more greed to discuss this, right? So we can
Yes.
start with discussing this and talk more about obligations and things like that. And then, maybe we should just continue with this verse then. We won't pick up a new verse because there's a lot there on greed, etc., that we can discuss. So think about it. Yeah. Think about it and have a fun next 2 days. Even if you're not meeting, just go to the Vigyapti Panchika verses. They are there on the website now for you. And why don't you read the Bhagavad Gita chapter by yourself, right? So that the pace is continued there. Okay. All righty. Thank you so much. Vanchikalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyeva patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah Gopremanande Hari Hari Bol. Dandavat pranams to all of
Thank
you
you,
who are
Mataji.
joining us
So
on
much.
on Facebook, and I have Vijaya Bhaktin Vijaya Mataji. Oh, right, she's joining us from the East Coast. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna, and have a wonderful,
Hare
wonderful day. Dandavat pranams.